Marcus, are you extremely? Seems like you got that fist wrapped around Marcus to do more than just having AJ head back to TNA in a.
Well,
in
I'm
a
just glad it's not.
way.
I'm just glad it's not animated because it was going up and down in a weird way, and I got the misinterpretation. It's the wrong type of TNA Slammiversary.
I thought you reserved this for Bryan Danielson video packages and.
No. It's been updated to Penta, Manny, and the spinning wheel in the background. You know that.
For my audio listeners, we're going to go through the graphics Marcus made for the show. We appreciate him for doing that. This is of him and AJ Styles and his return at TNA Slammiversary that takes place tomorrow. Marcus is extremely happy about that. And then, you also have SmackDown completely made absolutely no sense. I was enraged about what was going on with SmackDown. Not making any sense. I mean, we're all upset. We're just all upset. What the hell is going on?
Like he's about to try and count the 3, and then some bullshit just happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what SmackDown was. All I wanted to see is some athletic competition. I don't know why people are getting jailed and signing legal documents unconsciously.
And then, they ain't friends. But Rika and Manny just don't understand what the hell's going on. Why ain't friends?
I love
Alexa and Charlotte.
But are they more than friends? And what I mean by that, could they be champions, tag team champions? That's what I mean. But
welcome everybody to the
Sharpshooters. Supply it more.
Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I am Eric.
I am the racially ambiguous Lord Manny Hayes.
And I am Marcus, the grand finale.
In a production meeting, I had a nickname, but I can't remember what the nickname was. So
it's a dark-skinned wrecking ball.
Oh, the dark-skinned wrecking ball. There it is.
He's back.
And that's trademarked. So don't even try and steal this and put on t-shirts, you bitches.
Yeah, this is Eric, the dark-skinned wrecking ball.
He came in like a dark-skinned wrecking ball.
Now we're going to get a copyright strike for that awful singer. How are you?
The police arrested him.
It'd be Eric coming in with Fiasco on his shoulder.
We have so much to discuss in this episode. Not really SmackDown that much, because SmackDown, as the title said, made absolutely no sense. But before we jump into the show, I want to give a thanks and appreciation to Daniel with his generous donation that he made to the show. We greatly appreciate you supporting the show. And if you are in the chat or will be in the chat or hear this at another one, let it know from the bottom of our heart. We really appreciate you supporting the show.
By the way, we think it's the username on the DL. However,
there's no evidence.
Yeah.
There's no evidence.
Know what? Hold on.
We don't know your name.
If there's a person that says they're on the DL, obviously they don't want their name out the public like that because they're doing everything on the down low.
Yeah, but clearly,
Eric could be hiding the name. It could be his. It could be just kept the letter. It could be Delroy.
Right. Hold on. I don't want to keep any letters here about what's going on with Trump these days.
Anyway, how are you guys doing this weekend?
I'm tired, man.
Okay. And I'm assuming Marcus is tired.
I'm ready. I'm fired up.
Marcus had to choose from over his 100 podcast sweaters to put on because, he's not wearing the same one, you guys. He has millions of them in his closet. His whole closet is casino attire, podcast sweater. That's all he wears. That's all he wears.
You act like I dress up like a monkey.
That's all he wears. It's like,
you act like I have a little hat and a little fucking outfit, and I have a little cigarette cart and I walk around with it.
You step into the Matrix with Morpheus, and then you see one line of podcast swears. You're like, I need clothes, and it's just a row of podcast swears and a row of your work attire.
You got that right.
So let's just jump right into the salad bar right now. Well, I don't think we'll be at the salad bar. We'll be at a buffet.
Sizzler?
Yeah, we got a Sizzler, man. All you can eat shrimp, baby. All you can eat. Her BBL stinks, Kane. I don't know if she gonna be there. Nobody want to be there, around that.
Marcus brought this up twice on Tuesday and Thursday that we should talk about this, and at neither episode did we even remember to do.
That's not true, Manny. At the end of the episode, I brought it up.
Maybe at the end we can talk about Cardi B absence, but I don't think I care right now. But someone absence that might be felt in the wrestling universe takes place in AEW. It's been reported that Kenny Omega will be taking some time off from AEW for undisclosed reasons with no timetable of a return back. Manny has his hands up.
Not just him. Will Ospreay is actually that injury angle at the end of All In is also used to cover up that he needs time off as well.
Okay. But I think Will Ospreay's kind of deserves time off with his contract, and I'm pretty sure you're going to see him with his at Pro Wrestling Eve working behind the scenes.
I'll see him at Pro Wrestling Eve probably on the 1st, but you would think he'd be gearing up at least to make an appearance at Forbidden Door at Wembley. No, at the O2 Arena.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's the England show.
Well, I mean, they have already announced that, All In will be taking place in England next year. So if he was going to win the title, it would be then, I would think. But we're not here to talk about Ospreay right now.
Oh, then what are we here to talk about, Cody?
We're here to talk about Kenny Omega.
Yeah, you ask me every week, so what do you want to talk about? And you never hear what we want to talk about, Cody.
Anyway, so Kenny Omega stepping away. Marcus, if Kenny Omega never returns to AEW, do you think...
Whoa!
No,
Where did this story come from?
No,
I didn't even see this on the interwebs.
If Kenny Omega never returns to AEW, do you think that he made a meaningful impact in AEW, or do you think his success came all before then?
Well, he made his name in New Japan and all that, and carried that over to AEW, where most people would consider his run in AEW a bit lackluster for the most part. I don't think he's 100% done, but I think the man does need time off. He isn't a young chicken anymore. He isn't the young man anymore. He's had grueling matches his entire career, some of the best matches that have ever been seen, whether in New Japan or in AEW. He's very competitive, and he knocked himself out, and he has diver fasciitis. Let the man breathe. I mean, if Roman Reigns is allowed to go sit his fat ass at home and go shoot movies or do whatever the hell he had to do to take his time off, Kenny Omega deserves to do the same thing because he works probably double the rate Roman did.
Yeah, but Marcus, I mean, the argument that I would push back with that for you is that to compare Kenny to Roman is not the same comparison. I mean, Roman's return, apparently, according to reports that WWE published, which could be biased, generated almost 54 million views of his return on their social media sites. Kenny,
that's across socials.
Yeah. Kenny's return, I mean, I love Kenny for everything that he's done in New Japan. However, I just don't feel that Kenny's career in AEW has been as I think his biggest success was putting the title on Rio in so many different ways. But the women's division wasn't the women's division. The women's division was not flourishing when he was in charge. No, I'm not, because he put so much work in, but I don't know. I feel bad for Kenny because I wish his AEW career would have been better.
So based on your view of Kenny's career in AEW, who are you going to compare it to on the other side right now?
Damian Priest.
What the hell? That's outrageous.
That is an unfair comparison because
that is outrageous.
Where you look at where Kenny was back in
the fuck is that?
Back in his run when he was the AEW World Champion and the belt collector of TNA.
Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. You know what? I realized that was harsh. That was just the first name that popped into my head. I'm sorry. He is not Damian Priest. That is awful. I think maybe Randy might be close. Like they have like
he's not the same as Randy.
No, he's not. I don't know.
But no. So you have to look at where Kenny was used. Kenny was used in the pandemic era to collect all the belts. That's where his main run was, and where they were essentially tasked with trying to build a company during a pandemic. They had a great spurt prior to the pandemic. Then they were doing all these shit like shows where nothing really made sense, because it was in front of no one and people were more worried about other things, whether they want to live or not. Kenny's building blocks were the beginning of a company. He was trying to help establish that company, which I think he's achieved with all the other players involved. I think he's achieved. I don't think you will look back at Kenny and go, he was a failure at what he did.
No, I would agree. But I think that you would give Kenny most of his career successes came outside of AEW. I don't think that AEW was like a pivotal point in his career. I also think the same thing could be said about the Young Bucks. I mean, Kane says that both people had an outstanding indie career, but were injury prone. I just don't know.
How about Rollins? How about Rollins?
It could be Rollins, but it might be more of the person we're going to talk about next. It could be like AJ Styles, like a little bit, where like you Kenny Omega. If you hear that he's on the card, you're gonna be like, oh, Kenny Omega. But then you also realize that Kenny Omega is more of the nostalgia, because if you took away everything that he did on the indies, you wouldn't have anything to really rank him by in AEW. I mean, I think his most memorable match is the one with Mox when he went through a glass table.
No, Danielson.
No.
Oh,
what year are you in?
I forgot, man. I forgot. I don't know. I hope he comes back.
His best AEW match is Kenny versus Will Ospreay, I think, too. That was a part of, it may have been Forbidden Door. I don't know.
No, wait.
Wrestle Dream or something.
I feel his matches
on the AEW show.
I feel like his matches with Will Ospreay have been tainted because of Don Callis.
Don Callis has tainted so much in AEW.
But
crazy.
The feud with him and Ospreay from when they were fighting in New Japan and then in AEW, he's had it. I think you are underestimating how good Kenny has been at AEW. Yes, it isn't the greatest run ever. It isn't the Bryan Danielson AEW run where he was wrestling everybody around the world and having terrific matches. But he was wrestling everybody, had tremendous matches, but he hasn't really got into any really dramatic stories other than when he was belt collecting and that partnership with TNA. It kind of fizzled out and nothing came of it. I think he lost to Christian, and that kind of like derailed most of it, and there wasn't anything there. So I just feel like this is an attack on Kenny.
I'm not attacking Kenny.
You're attacking Kenny.
I'm just curious.
I would actually say a lot of this has more to do with, I think, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is not a selfish person.
Yes.
He's not going to go in the back, and he's not going to politic his way to the top. So I feel if Kenny was more selfish, or Kenny was more like occasionally just put himself first, I think we would have saw a lot more of Kenny. But because Kenny wants the company to grow and be better, he doesn't have to be at the forefront of it, and then people start being like, fuck Kenny, he's only in this position because he's an EVP. At no point did we ever, during his whole time in AEW, be like, oh, Kenny's abusing his power.
Yeah. No,
so it's because Kenny's not selfish. And I think Kenny would be way more up the card, way more down people's throats if Kenny was an EVP and Tony Khan was to go, do you know what? It's Kenny Omega's show.
I love Kenny. I think Kenny is a great person. I just wish that a part of me does wish he was a little bit more selfish, because I felt like having this mainstream audience in America, I wish more people could have saw everything that Kenny could do. And Manny, I asked you this question because I think that Ospreay has a lot in common with Omega, where he's not selfish either, and he's going to put himself second into others. Could you see Ospreay maybe having the same thing? Because like Kenny had great matches, but are there any memorable moments do you remember in AEW if Kenny is actually gone from AEW, if he doesn't return?
What? Is there any memorable moments of Kenny Omega?
Yeah, in AEW.
There's a lot. There is actually a lot. He has had so many bangers. As much as we like to bash AEW on this show, you can't discredit the wrestling that
the wrestling is great.
There is so much that he has achieved and stuff that you remember. There are so many great matches against Will Ospreay. There are you would even his most recent match against Okada, you just go, that was a really good match.
That was and it was even more impressive, that match, for the fact that his body has been through what his body has been through.
Yeah, and then do you know what? You've already likened him to Will Ospreay, actually, because the Will Ospreay wrestles the exact same style as Kenny, 100 miles per hour, all go. He gives you everything he's got. Now, the fact that he's having to take time off is a sign that, do you know what? Maybe you should start slowing down. Like Stevie Richards, there's a video out there he did maybe a week
Son
ago,
of a bitch.
2 weeks
That's
ago.
like, yeah, that's like that.
Where Steve was literally saying Kenny could continue doing what he's doing if he slowed down and didn't try to go as if he was like in his 20s. He'd still be better than half the roster.
I would agree with that. But I don't think he will ever do it because I don't think he's selfish. And I think that he's okay with, doing what he... Marcy, would you like to close out the conversation about Kenny? Because you had your Stephen A. Smith scowl on, and I wanted to make sure you get the last word on this.
I just felt like I can't disagree with you more about Kenny Omega having lack of impact at AEW, in which he has tons of memorable moments that even Levi in the chat bring up, which was called at one point the greatest tag team match of all time, Hangman versus the Young Bucks. He's fought Brian Danielson. He's done all these things, and you may say he's not selfish or he is selfish. Whatever. Whenever he came out there, I know that he was going to give the people in their audience their money's worth in whatever match he was in. If I had to look at one match of the card, I'd say, "Oh, Kenny's the Kenny one will be fine. I don't have to worry about what stupidity. Maybe they'll have some weird finishes or something in there, or maybe something go on. Because even yes." We called this match dog shit. This is the early stage of AEW. It's the barbed wire exploding death match with John Moxley. That's
all John Moxley's fault.
I can defend it and say, you know what? Up until that end, it was a solid match of trying to make this shit work. They tried. And it may not have worked 100%, and but that ending was the absolute thing that anybody remembers. And I think Kenny's just been there as being essentially the glue man. He's trying to resolve the thing with Punk. He's not part of the Young Bucks and a million other people who are fighting Punk. He was trying to save the damn dog. He was trying to save the dog. He's been on record of saying that. Okay, people are being bit and shit back there and fighting. He's trying to save the dog. Kenny, I think, is that Rollins. He is that guy, and I think he's more interesting than Rollins. By the way,
I would agree.
He's out there who will give you something like, oh yes, like there's Kenny out there. I can make money off this. This is
but
it's okay for him to slow down now. He's older. He's beat up.
But I still think you can give the ball to Kenny, like the position Seth's currently in. You give Kenny that ball. I think Kenny knocks it out of the park a lot further than what Seth Rollins has been doing. Seth Rollins is just boring.
I would like to agree with you, but I don't think Kenny can run a faction just like Seth Rollins can. I don't think they can carry that.
Think what Seth Rollins actually has in the back pocket. He's got Paul Heyman next to him.
Well, so
Paul Heyman with Kenny Omega. Oh my god, limitless.
It's an upgrade of Callis for sure.
My whole thing about this with Kenny Omega is probably my favorite EVP because I think he's the only one that had no agenda but to get AEW to where they're at right now.
Over Cody.
I think Cody's quest was always to get himself back into WWE. I'm not going to deny that. That was Cody's whole goal. Young Bucks, I don't know. But I think Kenny Omega truly believed in starting a rival company to compete. And I think that he is my favorite. When he does come back, my only hope, and I will pray like AJ Styles was praying, that he is not associated in any kind of way with Don Callis anymore. I am tired of all of Kenny Omega's stuff in AEW revolving around Don Callis, and that bothers me. And I will talk about the key comments that Levi put. Manny is defending Kenny Omega. Hell has frozen over. Then, apparently, this is another goalpost move from you, Eric. You don't think drawing 27,000 fans isn't bigger than last week? The Kane says it's anything.
I don't remember you disputing that. What did you say? Anything bad about that?
I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I see why Manny sometimes be blocking people. Kane said it's anything but freezing here in Europe. And I just think that I hope that he takes care of himself. I hope he does return. And I hope that he can find help and peace and happiness. Speaking of health, peace, and happiness, Slammiversary is this weekend. And reports are reporting that
tonight.
It's tomorrow, I think. It's on the 20th.
Saturday, wasn't it?
Sunday, I think.
It might be today.
I'm not gonna.
What kind of new show is this? What kind of new show is this?
I'm almost 100%.
You guys are on a date to Slammiversary. You don't know what our Slammiversary is?
You don't even know it. You're looking it up.
You don't know. I'm not looking anything up. I know it off the top of my head. And it is Sunday, July 20th, live from the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York. Tickets are on sale right now. But also, it's on pace to get their record gate. I'm just saying it's on pace to get their record gate.
With that being said, there are reports going around that I would call the face of TNA for so long. AJ Styles is returning to TNA. I don't know in what capacity. I don't know what he's going to do. But Manny, I ask you this question. When you think of TNA, is AJ one of the first people you think of? And are you excited about his return to TNA?
I mean, it's a nice closing point. I feel like AJ's in his last year of his career. So it's a nice kind of closing of a chapter. Because the way he left TNA wasn't exactly the best way.
No. He left for money. They wanted to lowball him. And
they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah, he went to New Japan. Like, all right. And then he made a rename for himself as being the best wrestler of this generation, not just in the world, when he went to New Japan. So I feel like I'm happy that he went back to TNA, and I'm sure they're just going to announce maybe he's going to the Hall of Fame, or maybe they haven't whooped that trick. Beat Trick Williams' ass.
Have him stop Trick and A.
That would actually be a really good match for Trick. He would be so happy.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good experience for Trick, but I don't think it works that way. I don't think because he's currently feuding with the Dirty Don with the doctor's note, and I don't think you go from I'm going to fight for the TNA title and the Intercontinental title. I think he's just going to go there, make an appearance. It's nice to see. Maybe have 1 or 2 matches, maybe a one-off. Maybe setting up something for Bound for Glory, which I think is probably in October.
You know, I said I wasn't going to buy any piece of WWE merch for a long time. But that Dom shirt, that new Dom shirt looks amazing. It's the purple ribcage and the IC title around the waist. It looks so good.
Buy it. If you buy that, Manny, I got to buy the Final Boss shirt for NXT.
So, Marcus, I have a question for you, Marcus. I know we were talking about Kenny Omega's career before AEW. Let's talk about AJ Styles' career before WWE. Which company do you think AJ Styles really made his name in? New Japan, Ring of Honor, or TNA? What version of
TNA?
Really?
It's not the question. This is like actually, where did Kurt Angle become a star? Was it WWE or TNA? He was a star in WWE. I recognize him as a TNA and a WWE guy. I mean, I'm talking about AJ. I recognize him as a TNA guy first, and then a WWE guy.
Really?
I feel he's transcended. And I know he's transcended. He's wrestling Japan and all that. But when I think total nonstop action or Impact Wrestling, the number 1 wrestler that comes up to my mind is AJ Styles with theme song, Get Ready to Fly. I'm just saying.
Wow, Marcus, I'm shocked by this one. Manny, do you agree or disagree with Marcus?
No, figures, I agree. I agree with his point, but I feel like he's transcended TNA.
I know he moved on. He's
Marcus, let Manny make his point, Marcus, please. Let Manny make his point.
Time for this.
Everything he built on top of what he did at TNA, I feel was bigger. His WWE title run, bigger than what he was doing in TNA. His appearance at his debut outshone everything he ever did. I feel the early stages of AJ's WWE career, I think outweighs what he did in TNA. I think he became a way bigger star in TNA.
So Manny,
the
question was not about what it was comparing the Ring of Honor, TNA, and New Japan period of AJ, not the I was excluding the WWE period. Just those three.
Yeah, then in that case, Marcus is correct.
I'm correct on both levels. Let me tell you.
Let me
ask you this. Hold on, I'm about to get heated here. You can see steam come up my head. My bald head's gonna start doing steam. Manny, Kurt Angle, better career, WWE or TNA? I know you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch his TNA career.
Kurt Angle may have been the better. I think it's the better run.
See, that's not fair because I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair for Manny.
That's a fair question.
That's not a
I
fair
didn't see-
question.
I didn't-
I realized that when I was asking the question. But what I'm saying is, I think that most people consider Kurt Angle a WWE guy still, even though he may have had a better run in TNA. And I think that AJ Styles, same thing, had a better, maybe had a decent run in WWE, the house of AJ Styles, and yada, 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 and the beautiful hair and all that, and the run and yada, yada. But his TNA run, it's just, he's Mr. TNA. And that's like, if I think of Ric Flair, he's Mr. WCW. Like, it's just the way it is. I don't think of their WWE runs. These are who these people are.
Ric Flair's WWE run was garbage.
And Mark, I think you make valid points
Solid
about saying
evolution.
I think you make valid points
all garbage
about AJ's TNA run. But for me, I think for me what stood out to me, I think AJ's New Japan run. That's the run that I remember where AJ ascended from the high flyer one, and he became a multi-dimensional character when he was leading the Bullet Club and things like that. That I saw a different side of AJ.
How much of that did you watch?
I watched more than I do now, but it was just one because like when you've always seen AJ he was always painted like the John Cena of TNA. He was always just the high flying good guy stuff. So seeing AJ come out in a different thing, like to me, it made his WWE debut even more. But go ahead.
He started that look in TNA. He started that stuff in TNA. The look, the biker look, and the head over. That was on his downward out. He was on his way out. AJ did develop a personality after TNA. That was the thing. Because in TNA, he was dog shit on the microphone. They had him frost his tips, and that would be a Ric Flair call. They had him be a goof.
AJ might have been the worst AJ version of all AJ.
They had him being an idiot, I think, in Fortune, where he was icing with Ric Flair. Again, bringing up Ric Flair. There was a lot of dumb shit he did in TNA.
He credits working with John Cena. The first time round, there's the time where he really knew he really became a character, like a WWE mainstay. I think his matches with his two. I think it's two matches with John Cena, but one of his best of his career.
Yeah, he's at. I'm not gonna. In ring, AJ is flawless all the time.
Yeah, AJ's first ballot Hall of Famer no matter what. And I guess I asked this question before. If his contract is not renewed and he decides, would you want to see him go to AEW?
No.
Would you prefer for him to go back to TNA?
I don't want to see wrestlers that are like near the end bastardize their career, go doing other things.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's bastardized their career going into AEW?
My next story
not like AEW. I mean like going anywhere else. That's not like just going like it'd be like what's currently happening with, I don't know if this might be a segue, but it's like what's currently going on with Goldberg, who Ariel Helwani seems to think his little bullshit parade on his show was to kind of get him in, get a way into AEW. You've just had a decent kind of send off. You're an ungrateful piece of shit, but then you want to go.
Manny, you're trying to take my shot away from me, man.
But you want to go in. You want to potentially go into AEW where you'll make that even worse. Like, look at what Ric Flair continued to do. That man nearly died on his last match.
Yeah, but you know what? Ric Flair attempted to wrestle in his last matches. Okay, he attempted. Goldberg has never tried to wrestle.
Marcus, hold on, guys. To close out the AJ Styles debate, I think Kane summed it up best. One word: boneyard match.
Classic.
That was
peak. It's a meme-rific.
That's peak. COVID. COVID was the greatest thing ever. The only time that Gallows and Anderson was relevant in WWE. That's the only time.
And he's become a meme. And he became a meme off of that.
Yes.
Yeah. The meme.
Matthew Rodriguez says, guys, new here. I think this promo from 91 of Jake the Snake Roberts promo on the Warrior after betraying him with the story of the rabbit and the snake. I know who can recreate this promo in NXT. I don't know what that means, Matthew, but thank you for being a part of the show.
Matthew
NXT?
who?
Jasper Troy. You can't just leave us like
Matthew,
that. Who's the one? Who?
Yeah, you need to explain. Tell us who.
Who? Is it Sean Spears? Because it ain't Sean Spears, Matthew.
So-
it can't be Sean Spears or Izzy
It has
James
to
or
be
anybody
Jasper-
else.
It has to be Jasper Troy.
Manny already brought this up about the ungrateful person known as Bill Goldberg, and I know the guys covered this for almost 25 minutes on Thursday's show. I just want to
Why
say,
were we so heated about that?
I want to say that I agree with everything that they say. Goldberg is a piece of shit, and I think that Peter Rosenberg's comment of people who do less are usually people who want the most credit. This is a motherfucker who was part of a group project, and didn't do absolutely anything, but he wants his hand raised talking about, I got the A. The fact that he had his longest match that I can remember, and it was a solid match on that part, is like, fuck you, Bill Goldberg. And that's why I don't want to talk about Goldberg anymore, but I want to talk about this. Guys, we've been having a lot of these retirement matches of people having that one last match to be sent off. I want to ask you this question. If you can give one wrestler one more match they can be grateful for, even if it's on Saturday main event, WrestleMania, whatever, just one more match where they can go out on their own terms with a great match or even a subpar match just to extend their legacy, who would it be? Marcus, I'll go to you first.
Now, is this current?
It's whoever.
Or do I go back into the past? Can I say, I want Greg the Hammer Valentine to have one more great match? I'm
Yes,
just saying,
Marcus, if
it's not
that's
my
what you
guy,
feel like.
not my guy, but I'm just saying.
Yes.
Or are they having the match tomorrow? Is what I'm trying to ask.
Marcus,
Like, if I pick Jake the Snake Roberts, is Jake the Snake Roberts going to have a match tomorrow and say, this is where I'm going out with this one?
No, Marcus, it's one of those things. This is like how Goldberg got his match. It came out the blue. He got the title, challenge for the title. They made
That's
a whole
what I
thing.
need to clear. Is it current? Is it in a current state? Because I don't want to see half these motherfuckers go out there in the ring and have one final stage.
Let's assume
They're in a
It's
good
before-
capacity, Marcus. They're in a
good-
good.
they
Only
can still
person who was
go to the
exempt
match.
from this is Chris Benoit because he's a fucking dick. But everybody else is
That's
welcome to
it.
it.
That's it. Just a dick, huh?
You know, Mark. You know how that hurt me. That hurt me a
Okay.
lot. So,
He
Marcus,
was the
champion
are
of this top
not
five.
are
He was
you
the
going to
old
si-
top one.
are you going to sign with Kane, Marcus, and go with Daniel Bryan for one last match?
No, I believe Bryan Danielson has had several last matches in
has,
his last
he
year.
has.
His last year was his final run, and I feel like he had that. That is an easy choice, and I would watch 1 million last Daniel Bryan matches or Bryan Danielson
You
matches.
can get the name right eventually.
It doesn't
Oh!
matter. It doesn't even matter. I don't
Thank
care.
you,
I did
DB.
it. I did it, and I swallowed that motherfucker, and
What
I
if-
choke on it too.
But what if his last match
I
was
don't
teaming
care.
up with his wife?
You talking
Bella?
about DB
Three.
Daniel Bryan? You clown that motherfucker.
Marcus-
He a DP.
Marcus,
Okay?
we were having a very appropriate professional show. Can we please keep some?
Well, maybe the
decorum,
one
Marcus?
who started going like this. Shit.
Excuse me, sir. You
Yeah,
opened the
I
show.
elevate. You opened up a can of worms. You.
Manny.
No, it's not that one. Where is it? Where is it? This one. You opened the show with this.
That's me going. Yeah, right on. Showing my fist of solidarity.
Marcus, do you need some time to recompose yourself? I can move the Manny so he can tell
No,
me his one
no.
last match, or are you able to answer
So,
this question?
I'm just going to clarify. Do these people have to be alive?
No, it's just that they can get one last match where they get the light shined on them and they get to be honored the way that Goldberg was, but he was not happy with it.
Let's give a proper send off to Randy Savage.
Randy Savage. Okay, that Macho Man. I can see that. That's a very nice pick.
Let's give a send off to Randy Savage, who
Manny, what about
failed
you?
at the end of his WCW career.
I'd
Tongue
like
sauce is last
to
name.
have Eddie Guerrero. That was one of the first ones that hit you hard.
So it's gonna be the dead ones.
Damn.
But like Eddie Guerrero really deserved a proper good final match send off. And if it was today, I like it to be against Dominic.
That would be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
I thought about this, and it was two people that kept just going through my head, like just two people. First person would be Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle, I would love him to have the one match where he gets all his roses. And I know he's had many great matches and stuff like that, but I mean, we talk about Kurt Angle and stuff like that, and we know he can't do it.
Your
anymore
boy,
like he
your
used to.
boy Baron Corbin did.
No.
It ended his career.
We know how that went.
I know. But
That's terrible
like,
last run.
and let's just say That was a hell of a match, but it's not what he deserved. He deserved more than Baron Corbin. I'm sorry. Like, I like Baron, but no. And then another person who I understand. You could have as many. Another person who I dislike because he's a good person and he can barely move at this moment. But I wouldn't mind getting like a true farewell match for Mick Foley. I thought Mick Foley.
Wait. The man had 20 different farewell matches. His last match should have been the hardcore match with Edge. That should have been it. But then he had like 8 other retirement matches after that.
And how many did Dave Bryanson have?
No, Bryan Danielson was on tour. Okay, he was on tour. Okay, how dare you?
Mr. Perfect too, I think. Wouldn't mind having.
See, I feel like this answers all the ones who died earlier. You didn't get a chance to see it, and I don't want that. Like you say, Owen Hart next, or whoever. You can keep going down the list.
All right, then who's alive, Marcus?
They're all dead. This should be a question about who's still alive and who I would like to see get a final proper send off.
Damian Priest.
I saw someone have a hot take, or it was a hot take about Owen Hart. Would people still be talking about Owen Hart if that tragedy didn't happen?
Unfortunately, that's a question that can never be answered.
I know.
You just don't know. You just don't know.
Based on his current work prior to that, would people still be talking about him?
I think they'd talk about him, but I think it'd be like when people say, you know who my favorite wrestler was? William Regal or some shit like that. It'd be like that. It'd be like one of those gyms where you'd be like, oh, yeah, they were great.
Much like how people don't talk about The Miz, even though Miz is probably one of the most underrated wrestlers of this current generation.
Miz is one of those people that deserves a send-off, you know.
I will say this, and this is going to sound mean. If he never died, he just would have been in the shadow of Bret Hart. I think that him passing away, let his name be mentioned always. Like, Bret was the better one, but, Owen died in the ring giving it to it. And everybody talks about Owen being a great person backstage and things like that. He sounds a lot like Kenny Omega, where he's just a great individual that everybody loved him. But I don't know if he would have reached the level of wrestling stardom if he did not.
No, because he was a mid-carder in WWE.
Yeah.
He
was teaming with Coco Beware, so you know where you're at.
No, that's early Owen Hart. He was teaming with Double J.
Levi, I thought about Triple
H.
I thought about Triple H, but I said fuck Triple H right now. He don't like black people. And I just don't want him to have a last match. Just don't.
I mean, Bret.
Maybe Bret Hart needed. Bret deserves a better match than against Vince with a crowbar.
Yeah, that didn't end well.
But the crowbar gave us like weeks and weeks of material talking about the crowbar.
So, about Owen Hart, I feel like he still fell under the category of what Kobe Bryant is right now. Where all of a sudden Kobe Bryant is number 2 on people's list. There's this whole list of Bleacher Report is outrageous or whatever people think. I kind of agree with the outrage on the list. But
the numbers speak for itself, though.
Yeah, Mark, the numbers speak for itself. Like, you can always debate it, but his numbers are pretty impressive.
But the numbers speak.
Yeah, no, I'm not shitting on Kobe. No, I'm not shitting on Kobe. But I do feel people hype up Kobe now that he's passed away. Before they did, I think. Hold on. I really like Kobe as a player. I think he's really talented, but he was shit on for 90% of his career. And you can say it's just the haters, No, he was a ball hog. He was selfish. He couldn't work with other teammates. He was an asshole for most of it. And you may say that's just Mamba mentality. No, that was just being a dick. And I'm just saying he's overhyped since he died.
No, but
I love Kobe. He's a top 10 all-time NBA player. I agree with that, but I don't think he's top 5.
I want to point out this man has 2 Hall of Fame careers with 2 different numbers. He can make it to the Hall of Fame with the number 8, and he can make it to the Hall of Fame with the number 24. And put together, I can see how he can be number 2, top 5 in the list. So I can understand that.
I'm not putting him top 2, not top 3.
Oh, who's your top 3?
Who's your top 3 then?
NBA all time? Fuck, man, this is on the spot. Well, you always got to start with Jordan and LeBron somewhere at 1 and 2. And I know y'all gonna say, "Oh, fuck LeBron" and all that, but that's 1 and 2 right there.
I put Kobe before LeBron. LeBron will be a 3.
He would be a 3.
I don't know how anybody can compare. I know there's a million LeBron hate, and you got one call with 3. But
it's not LeBron.
if you want to talk about numbers, he has all of them. All of them. Except for he don't have 6 championships. And when you talk about championships, you go with Bill Russell.
But Marcus, this is much like what Cristiano Ronaldo is doing right now, is what LeBron is doing. They're holding on for dear life on their own careers to continue stat padding.
Manny, LeBron ain't holding on for dear life. He is
like
playing.
His hairline.
His hairline is bad. But I'm just saying, he ain't holding on to dear life. He is still.
Yeah, but he's speaking. You telling me this man?
He's a scrub. This ain't the Udonis Haslam situation.
This man could easily retire, but he is continuing to try and build this legacy by
because he's still playing. He's still playing
like
at a high level. Tom Brady was still good in Tampa, Manny.
Point. He could have retired.
But but they don't have to. If you're still good and have longevity, I don't think you should be punished for being able to remain in the game.
Best players that I've seen, probably Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem. I think those are my top 4. 5.
You got no Kareem. You got Kareem? I don't know if you have all the Kareem.
Man, Kareem was unstoppable.
Yeah, but how much Kareem did you watch?
A lot. I was born in the 80s, so I saw a bunch of runs. I remember some
like
of
the end of his run, right?
Yeah, but his second part of his career with the Lakers was just as dominant, and then what he did in UCLA. I'm just saying. Wow, Levi just Marcus. There you go. He got the title run.
I'm not a ring person like that. I don't care. I think it's still a team effort. Yeah, Kobe does have more rings, but Bill Russell has more rings than anybody. Does anybody consider Bill Russell a top 3 player of all time?
Some people do.
Does anybody consider Robert Horry a top 3 player of all time? Championships are coincidence.
I don't want to derail the show as much as because this is.
Come on, Eric. Smackdown was shit.
Well, I know, but I still have other topics I want to talk about. I want to talk about, speaking of being shit, WWE, their new partner TKO is really making their outside impressions of the company even worse when it was announced that they have a new policy about released employees, where I believe once before when a talent or somebody was let go from the company, I think they got a month's worth of pay. Now, I think they might get a week or 2 weeks worth of pay, and it's like, good luck for you. And I'm like, shit.
2 weeks for every year you
Honestly, Vince is an awful person. However, I would always say that Vince was very generous to give people a month's worth of pay when I fire you. I think
Eric, it's a month's worth of pay for every year you work.
Shit, that's even better.
So what TKO are doing is 2 weeks of pay for every year you work. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be dead. I got the wrong time to get cut.
No, can you imagine somebody like Natty like, shit, why did I leave with Vince? I would have had such a great severance.
It's not them. It's not the wrestlers. It's the actual people.
It's the
employees. The employees.
Yeah, it's not the wrestlers.
But I will also add this. I can come down here and rip TKO for doing this, but this is a business decision.
It's about making money.
This is a money decision. We're in debt, boo. We're in debt. I can't be paying y'all all these weeks to sit your fat ass at home doing nothing. You don't even work for me anymore. I hate you. You never should have worked in the first place. I'm just saying. Bullshit. That's how I would have been.
The bullshit comes because the WWE employee was just dealing with WWE shit. Now that they're all under one roof, you're dealing with WWE shit, UFC shit, that bullshit PBR bullshit.
Hey, don't disrespect bull riding, goddammit.
Hey, don't forget slap. I think the slap is under there too. Slap fighting is under there.
Yeah, so they got to deal with all this stuff.
The greatest
thing and then you get a 2 weeks cut off for what you would have wanted to be made redundant.
The biggest disappointment thing about that, all the stuff that you just named, only one of those companies I think actually make money. I think it's WWE. I don't think anybody else is making money.
I think UFC is pulling in money.
I don't know.
It's a losing bread. You make it sound like they're losing bread. They sell out every single show they do, and every time the ticket prices are just as high as whatever you get for WWE, and a legit respected sport. Not to take away from pro wrestling what we covered. I'm saying UFC is making money. I don't know what else they're doing with their money. I think they're in debt for the purchase of WWE. To be honest, why'd you spend so much money on that?
Who knows? They have very bad business decisions. But speaking of decisions, last weekend was probably one of the biggest weeks in wrestling. Everybody had a show last weekend, and I'm just curious, how are you guys doing post the weekend in wrestling, from Evolution to the 6-hour All In to NXT to Saturday Night Main Event? There was so much wrestling on that weekend, and I still think the best show was Evolution. How are you doing mentally, Manny? Are you recovering from your 6 hours of AEW?
You know, there was a point. There was a point somewhere on Tuesday where I was gonna actually phone in sick, so not do the Tuesday show because there were too much goddamn wrestling. There still hasn't been a break. Wrestling needs to. We need an off season, people. We need an off season.
Manny icing down his knees after the show.
Mark, he's icing his cheeks, Mark. He got ice pack on his ass.
Fucking going into the ice tub and going, ooh, that was a tough. We need an off season, damn it. 18 game season's too much.
What about you, Marcus?
Oh, it was absolutely too much, but no one's asking everybody to watch everything. That's my point.
That's also true.
No one is demanding. No one told you, Manny, to watch All In. Eric, no one told you to watch Evolution. No one told me to watch the Great American Bash Saturday Night Main Event, Evolution, and all that. And did I watch all that? No. I was burnt out after All In, but I didn't watch. I sampled Saturday Night Main Event. And to be honest, I probably sampled the Great American Bash as I was watching probably more All In. So I would say, yes, it was a tough recovery, but to me, I'm in the sport of binging anyway. I can fucking do this shit for days. I'll binge watch anything. Have I seen Squid Game?
Honestly, I felt like we should have taken a week off.
Well, Betty, after the 6-hour thing that you guys did, I felt you guys did. That's why, I tried to have many topics to talk about on today's show, because especially I had no idea Smackdown was going to be bad, but I kind of suspected it. So Saturday Night Main Event.
First of all, Smackdown wasn't horrible.
I know, but it wasn't what we needed it to be. So Saturday Night Main Event suffered the big injury from Seth. Seth messed up his knee. Then we go into Monday Night Raw.
We don't know if he's injured.
We don't know.
That's injured, people. He's injured.
I'm
tired of speculations. I'm tired of
so much speculation about his injury.
There is no reason to think this. Why?
My question for you.
CM Punk.
If he was truly injured, do you think they rushed Roman Reigns back? Or was this always the intention to have Roman Reigns return on Monday?
Roman was always returning Monday. I feel like he was going to be there for SummerSlam.
Apparently, the alleged plan was Bron Breakker versus Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus
Gunther?
Bronson Reed.
Oh, okay.
That was the original plan, but then they've just merged the two. I don't think there was any plan for Seth Rollins to be in SummerSlam anyway.
I think the tag match makes more sense for me personally.
Yeah, I don't buy the singles matches because I know who I'm dealing with. Triple H is Mr. Multi-Man matches, Mr. Triple Threat, Mr. Fatal 4-Way, Mr. Tag Team guy. I mean, Tony Moore, the 8-man, 6-man.
Tony's that
guy. No.
Based on Dynamite, so is Tony Khan.
I have said numerous times they book one and the same, honestly, most of the time. They book one and the same. They both do half-ass pay-per-view bills in the last 2 weeks. They both overstuff their talent. They don't know what to do with half the people they have. They both are obsessed with the triple threat match. And when they want to spice up a triple threat match, what do? They put a ladder in it. Or they throw somebody in the cage.
Can we talk about something
Marcus,
real quick too?
They also throw one other company throws money on the line.
Yeah, the peso match.
You know what? And I'm never going to knock Tony for that because I think every match should have a price at the bottom of it. Ooh.
First of all, let's give much respect to Bron Breakker. I mean, for him to participate in that gauntlet match and be in the gauntlet match from the first one there and put all the work. First of all, I was shocked with how long the matches were in the gauntlet matches. Like, I think he fought Penta for almost multiple commercials. And I was like, Penta ain't with it. And then it just kept getting longer and longer and longer. And I'm just like, if I was Gunther up there in my CEO spot, I would have been tired myself. You know, I'm just saying. Now, not that CEO, Marcus. I'm talking about the CEO who is about to be a lot money lighter because he had a little bit too much of a cold play in his life. But
Wrong picture. I'm sorry. It was meant to be that one, but wrong picture.
But I thought, like, once again, it showed why Bron is the star, and I also really like him with little Bronson Reed. I don't understand why we had to hire JC Mateo
Bronson Reed.
when we had Bronson Reed.
This man is built like a barrel, and
I
you know
know.
he's huge.
But it's like, I asked Triple H this question. Why did we hire JC Mateo when you had Bronson Reed? Bronson Reed would have been so much better with Solo than JC Mateo. But I guess they didn't want him to take pins. As for AEW though, Marcus, what did you think about Hangman's first promo as a champion? I thought it was heartfelt, and I thought
I've ruined it or made it better for Marcus, to be honest.
Manny can take it from here. Manny can take it from here.
What happened?
I don't like Hangman's promo voice.
Go ahead.
When he's a face, because he sounds like he's in a nature documentary talking about the elephant that's about to fuck the lion in the arse. That is how he sounds.
What's the episode of The Bar?
He sounds like a nature documentary, and I don't like it.
It's ruined it.
Manny, I would point out that, first of all, much respect for your Hangman. That was a better Hangman than I gave you than I thought you was gonna do. That's a really fucking good Hangman. Because he does.
This is why English actors are taking all our jobs, man. They can just do impersonations, I swear.
Because he does talk slow. He does talk thoughtful, but I thought overall, it was actually a solid thing. Like it was not as good as
Eric, you're pandering to the fans.
Manny, I like to be pandered to, goddammit. I like to be pandered.
Eric, he didn't even establish a new challenger.
Well, that's not his job. But I like how he acknowledged the history of trying to defeat Jon Moxley and all that. What I did not like was that everybody was perfectly fine to participate in the tag match at the end of the show. I saw Jon Moxley get put on a bed of nails. They shouldn't be medically cleared to fight.
He was fine. He had no. Everything he had was from the stabbing of the fork.
Yeah.
Before we go further, I think Eric needs to turn his audio down. I feel like you got really loud.
Because I'm close to my mic. I'm sorry.
I don't know what happened. It just really got really loud. And I was like, damn, what? It's really hurting.
It's rich coming from you.
Yeah, that is something, Marcus. But overall, I thought that like AEW decided to feature all the people who weren't really on the show and stuff like that, and
they were on the show.
And then,
that's how long that show was. They were all on the show.
And of course, it wouldn't be AEW without having a money prize where you had the $100,000 prize for the winner with Thekla, Queen Amanada, and Chris Statlander. I don't think I get Thekla. I just don't. I don't know if the presentation
She's a spider.
I don't know.
Toxic.
I think that she poses a little bit too much for me, and I think that's the issue that
that's
I have.
That's what spider does. Like, look at me, I'm spider.
I don't know if spiders do that, man. I feel like that's Spider-Man, but I don't feel like that's what actual spiders do. And I think Spider-Man would be hearing from spider lawyers about how he thinks a spider should act. Because this is a white colonizer telling spiders what they do anyway.
So the greatest thing about it to me,
and we want pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When I turned on AEW on Dynamite, and I was like, in the first wrestling match that I got after Hangman, it was Kyle Fletcher versus Mascara Sagrada. I was like, oh, they ain't doing shit tonight.
What meal you serving up? What meals you should serve up?
Mascara Sagrada. I don't know.
Mascara Dorado.
I don't know what his name is, but Kyle Fletcher looked like a bad creative wrestler that you just decided.
Kyle.
Yeah, it's just like they need to take him off TV and repackage him, in my opinion.
No, just throw him and punish him.
But too much callous. Callous in every segment of the show.
It was too much callous. NXT is just being NXT. If you like NXT shit, it's NXT was doing with NXT. I don't understand why the Don and the Triple Threat was not the main event, because the way they had the packages, I wanted more packages. But
they wanted to finish the selling point for Slammiversary.
He brought business was booming. He brought in Rizzo and Crucifino.
Yeah,
I don't think they amount to shit in this.
No. It's a reason why he lost his family.
His best member he's ever had was La Madrina, and we all know it. She was the best earner he ever made at those dots.
What's La Madrina actually doing these days?
OnlyFans.
She has OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Is that what she's
And
doing?
according to her post on
probably.
Instagram, because I follow her, this is the most fun she has ever had.
That's what they all say.
I know, because they want people to go subscribe. But let's talk about people who took no advantages of what took place on the pack, and that was Friday Night Smackdown. Friday Night Smackdown. I don't even understand why we just started off with a car accident that made no sense. All I saw was Tongaloa bleeding. I was like, why is he bleeding? I saw no cracked windshields. I saw nothing. What kind of accident was this? Manny, go ahead.
Well, the first thing I saw was a Fatu was behind the wheel, and I thought someone was drinking under the influence.
Wow.
That's not a DUI.
Wow. Hold on.
It runs in the family. It runs in the family. The henchpin, Rikishi.
Manny, as shocked and appalled as I am about your comments, I will retort that I had the same thing that ran through my mind. Because all I thought about...
Like Hangman.
Didn't even intend to, but it was. I realized it in my head. The thing that ran through my mind, I went all the way back to 2021, maybe 2020. I'm not sure.
Oh, no. Elias.
Elias, Jeff Hardy's DUI attack. And I went, they staging this shit just like Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, and Bron Strowman, and everything that was happening back there.
We never had no follow-up. That was the greatest story ever.
We followed up. No, it finished. It was in fact, it was Sheamus. And they had a bar. They had the old Donnybrook in a bar.
The thing about this whole segment for me was that Tongaloa was the only one that looked like he was disheveled. I'm looking at Tala Tonga in the back. His hair was immaculate. His gold chain. He didn't look like he was in no accident. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But then I just got so upset. Later on where Adam Pearce just took the authorities to Jacob Fatu. Just snitched on him. Like, hey, sir, have you seen Jacob Fatu? The first thing, no, I haven't seen him. Adam was like, yes, boss, I have seen Jacob Fatu. He's right over there. Let me go take him to you. I was like, what the hell are you doing, Adam? This ain't your Nick would have never snitched.
Adam knew he was in the clear.
Yeah, but the whole thing, he's a person of interest. What did he do other than being Samoan in fucking Alabama?
Priors, that's why. Priors.
Let me go talk to Jacob Fatu. These greasy, sorry-ass motherfucking cops weren't shit. They worse than the real cops.
He said bitch-ass police or something like that. I forgot
His surname, once again, Fatu. You immediately, and you just jump to conclusions. I'm sorry, it's what happened.
But they all there, and it just seems like they have proper evidence. You'd think the CCTV footage would have cleared him immediately. But no, what they chose to do was say, where's Jacob? We're taking you to jail. They had nothing. They had no groundworks.
And then, like, for myself, I must admit, I was confused by the first segment. I'm talking about between Charlotte and Alexa, because I don't know if I liked it or hated the segment, because
I like it.
It was awkward, but it was also entertaining at the same way. Manny, why did you like it? Hello, Fiasco.
Because Charlotte looked like she's having fun in wrestling again. She just looked like she's having fun with Alexa Bliss, and I feel like this is the version of Charlotte we need, because we don't need more Charlotte hate.
No, it's still shocking the reception Charlotte's been getting lately, because 90% of the time, people are booing Charlotte. I don't know where the cheers came from in Atlanta and Alabama, where they were chanting, we want Charlotte in the middle of this match. And I was like, what universe am I in? What did she do? What did she do to redeem herself or the team with Alexa Bliss? And apparently, Bliss has magical spells to make you forget how much people hated Charlotte. But I digress.
Mark, did you like the package that they did of Jade and Tiffany?
No, I didn't care.
Okay.
I think they were both lying.
I do think they were both lying.
I think they both lying about their abilities and accomplishments. I was like, nah, this ain't what it seems. They all right.
They should just played the package that got Tiffany in trouble the first time.
Yeah.
You know what? When I think about this, and I think about this episode of SmackDown, I wonder, did Adam even go and put anything on the card? Because literally, we go backstage where, Carmelo in so many ways is setting it up for himself. Damian Priest takes it to a whole nother level and somehow get a match. Not a match later in the night, not a match on a future date, the absolutely next match. So I also asked the question,
No,
what
that
the
was
hell
earlier
was bumped?
today. That was earlier today. That was earlier tonight when they did.
Oh,
when
was
they
that
had the
earlier
segment.
today?
That was
They
earlier
put that at the
tonight.
bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, then I stay away. The match was a no contest. I mean, do you guys think that they're gonna actually put Mello, R-Truth, and the Prophets in together and making them the Hurt Business?
No,
Because I want them to be the Hurt Business, please.
You want them to put the blacks together, Eric. And what I mean by the blacks, I mean Mello, Street Profit, and Alistair.
Why not Alistair Black?
And they just called them the blacks. And they rebelled. What I do take offense in this week is B-Fab randomly hanging around the Street Profits again now that they don't have the titles. No, bitch, get out of here. You ain't been with us in months. You've been training with Manny. You've been working with Michin. You don't just come around all of a sudden be our manager again. Back up.
Also, your group called the Blacks has already been done on NXT. It's called Dark State.
When Shay Khan Sugar's man, call him up just for his name. Shay Khan.
The best name in wrestling.
The Sugar Man.
Best name in wrestling. I don't care what anyone says. Best name in wrestling.
He gonna give you a little piece of sugar, a little taste of sugar. So I'm gonna group this all together right now because I think this upset me beyond belief because of my anticipation of what it was leading to. And I swear to God, if this happens, I might have to stop watching wrestling for a minute. We get a Wyatt 6 promo, and they're talking about the tag team match. And then later on, there's like a tag team fatal 4-way where the blacks are not included for people to get a title shot. I swear to God, if a tag team championship match was going to end up on SummerSlam, I was going to be hot. Because the Street Profits have never made it when they never made it to a PLE. Now, if the fucking Y6 made it to a PLE, I was going to be hot. However, they said it's going to take place next week on Smackdown, and I was a little bit more okay with that. I was okay with that.
Go ahead, Manny.
But there's still time, Eric. There's
Manny,
still time.
I understand. But if it happens, I'm very upset.
No. Their whole entire run, if they end up on any type of PLE, we should take a strike on the tag division.
Yeah. And it's no knock against Phoenix and Andrade. No knock against them. But
yeah, it's not. Strike. What's this makeshift tag team shit? You talk about we have the best tag division. Well, these guys didn't even do the paperwork, and you know they didn't. Ray Phoenix and Andrade are a legal tag team, and they became number one contenders. And I do not approve.
Yeah, but there's no one to fruit. There's no one.
We need to get these illegals out of our wrestling tag team division. That's what I'm saying.
All right, JBL.
Where is my boys at? Where is Santos and them? I ain't seen them since they won a AAA title. They've been missing.
Mexico, I'm assuming.
So
but I'm just saying this. I didn't want them to win. I'm assuming they're not going to win the titles. But if you're going to have Ray Phoenix and put him in a tag team, just put him with Penta. It makes no sense they win the title. Don't have Ray Phoenix try to save Andrade's career. I don't care what bodysuit he's wearing for whatever reason.
So
just like a Power Ranger out there.
I think the most bizarre, nonsensical thing that happened on SmackDown was this segment where the police car pulls up. Jimmy walks up.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Go ahead, but it's not the most ridiculous thing.
Jimmy walks up. He greets Jacob out. It was like, hey, man, what's going on? And just so happened the police came right back out when Solo and his crew was in the ring. Solo comes on, grabs a bottle of water, pours it on his head, walks out. And then they start fighting, but Jimmy comes up from the other side. They start feeding with each other. And I'm just like, this is a lot of convolution.
It was a long fight.
They were all dressed in black, too. I was very confused.
I was confused.
It was a long fight.
Then all of a sudden, the police come out. It was like coming to it did the only thing that I found entertaining was when Solo got arrested and he kicked his leg up in the sky. It's like, what the fuck is that about?
So
Cody, help me.
Yeah. The only redeeming thing about all of this is how funny Solo is.
Yes.
Solo is absolutely hysterical. The man goes to jail hilariously. Like he does everything funny. And I guess that's the way he was brought up. But it's still not the most ridiculous thing on SmackDown. No, as ludicrous as all this was. It's ludicrous. That's far-fetched. In the hour, as Wade Barry said, this man has been arrested, been released, brought back, committed more crimes, and then Solo went to jail. And then Adam Pearce has the nerve to put them in a steel cage match
before Solo arrested.
Before Solo is arraigned, even though you have the police arresting Solo at this time. Solo faked car accident and got the police involved, I believe that may be a federal offense or a felony of some kind.
Following a false police report?
Yeah. But on that, that's still not the most ridiculous thing. The most ridiculous thing came at the end of the show for this contract signing.
Yeah, that's
where
illegal. That's illegal.
All of this makes no goddamn sense. So John Cena has a movie that he's making for Netflix. Didn't say what the movie was, but he has it. And he said it conflicts with him
being at
wrestling at SummerSlam, which he's been booked for SummerSlam and has all these dates set up. So he knew in advance, but it conflicts. So they've been advertising him for the longest, and John Cena all of a sudden tonight realized he can't do it. Total bullshit. He's a heel. That's fine on his part.
Great acting by John Cena. Great acting. I really felt that he felt really bad that he could not be at SummerSlam.
Yeah, when he left the ring, I was like, "There's flaws in your acting game."
No, he said, I quote, "We can fight in Paris. We can fight in Venice. I just can't be."
He found you some logical, reasonable adjustments. I don't see what the
like
problem
he gave
is
an
here.
offer.
So John walks away, and while his back's turned, Cody attacks him.
Yeah.
John gets the upper hand and says, "You know what? I gotta hit him with the belt." John could have just left. John could have just left. I gotta hit him with the belt before I leave. I just gotta hit him. I ain't gonna sign the contract because then Cody gets the best of him, and John's unconscious, and he jumps to the table in one of the worst splashes I've ever seen. Just one of the worst table splashes. Like, and he said, John, as John's unconscious, it's just not a regular match. It's a street fight. And John's unconscious. And then he starts to forge John's signature with John on camera as if he's booty raping him in the back.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to straighten this out there. And then that is somehow legit. John is still not showing up. Yeah, John is still not showing up. He has a movie obligation. There's nothing that could have changed that. He has a deal with Netflix, damn it. I don't know what to tell the movie he's filming. He has to do it, though.
I want to say, first and foremost, when John came out, sat down, was real, sit down, Cody. You guys don't even know how hard it is for me to be here tonight. I want to give everybody time. That was funny. He said, physically and emotionally, I can't give them what they want. And I appreciate the fans, and I'm glad that you understand it, but I just can't do it. When he said, you don't know how hard, I was like, that man got the world on his side. But can I tell you, man, the San Antonio merchandise for John Cena was great. I was like, shit, the old vintage San Antonio. I was like, wow, this is good merch.
And one day, Manny, you'll get your Las Vegas merchandise, but, one day I'll mail it. It's still behind me at this very moment. I just need
outrageous that I haven't received this.
Maybe you get it on John Cena's last match, so you can have it there. But anyway, none of this makes any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I know it's the match on at SummerSlam. Like, that's how you leave me. It's the match on at SummerSlam where we are, because this man has forced me to sign this contract. It's ridiculous.
I think that makes perfect sense. I think I'd buy that. Next week we just run this contract is not legally binding because I allegedly signed this under duress and it's on camera.
Yeah, and then this is where I almost 100% sure John Cena shows up with his team of Netflix attorneys explaining why he cannot be there.
Bring Luca. Bring me Luca Crucifino.
I don't need Luca.
Go, John Cena, go get the consigliere.
The consigliere. I mean, for what it was, I will point out that, yes, talking about SmackDown with you guys made SmackDown seem more enjoyable, but when I was watching it, I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it.
No, I believe it was a solid show with there's too much stupidity. And I didn't understand why the Street Profits were left out of the number one contender match. They were the previous champion. They beaten all these other bums.
Racism.
I don't understand what was going on there. I don't know why Beef Out was there. It was like I was watching a 2024 edition of SmackDown instead of 25.
Because anyway. Triple H is a racist, Marcus, and he when the Street Profits came up, he said, "Get to the back of the butt," and then he changed his words and said, "Line."
Yeah. Hey, shout out, Marcus. His
racism is running off on Tippy.
So to end the week. Manny, I go to you first. What was your favorite moment of this entire week, no matter what company? What made you laugh the most this week?
This week?
Yeah. If you need time to think about it, I can give mine.
I know what, but it wasn't that it made me laugh. It did make me laugh. It made me stop and gasp when Briggs said he has been having the most amazing matches on NXT for the last 4 years, but Inamura here for 1 year gets an NXT title shot.
Well, I mean, so that he had that Goldberg delusional. I think my favorite moment of the week had to be Naomi celebrating and calling people heifers. I don't know why.
You would.
Yes, I would. I
No,
would.
well, black women out here calling people heifers this week because Athena did it on Dynamite.
Yeah, she did.
You wide hip heifer.
But also, my least favorite moment. Oh, we can get to there. We can get to there because both my moments involve women. What about you, Marcus?
Well, I know you hate women, so that's why you're at least famous. But I will say my favorite moment probably was Tony Storm's victory speech in black and white with the red and all that going on, and then her Athena going back and forth. It's just all the innuendos was just. I thought
You like those filthy words, didn't you, Homer? You like
it was filthy. It was filthy, but you know what? As we stated on the show, she is the most charismatic person in wrestling, and no one is even close to her. She's the funniest and entertaining. Maybe she can't cut a solid, strong babyface promo, but the entertainment value when Tony's there, you gotta listen. You hear every word.
Mark, you appreciated that wordplay, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the clips.
My least favorite moment, once again going back to Monday Night Raw, is them trying to sully the greatness of Stephanie Vaquer by putting her in the ring with Nikki Bella. I don't like it. I don't want Nikki Bella nowhere near Stephanie. Keep her away. No. I don't need Nikki Bella. Evolution is over. Send her back. We don't need her.
What the hell? Let me get her up. She wasn't that bad.
You know what? One of the funniest things of Dynamite this week was Nick Wayne trying to be serious, but his mama titties are out and no one listening to him.
Yeah. I hated myself because I was like, damn, this was big titties.
Put them away.
I was like, what is going on? And she was like covered too. I was like, I mean, first of all, I'm looking at Kip Sabian. I'm like, damn, his hair is immaculate. And then I'm like, shit. Nick, what are you doing? You were bringing nothing to this table, Nick. Nothing. What about you, Marcus? Your least favorite moment this week?
Well, I believe it's just the calamity of SmackDown this week. Throw that out there. And I'm also offended that they pinned Jacy Jayne, who I think is one of the best NXT Women's Champions of all time, and will be the double champ. But no, she's not. She's going to lose that title.
You know, the interesting thing about this, Marcus,
this Sunday.
JC has been proving us wrong week in and week out. She finds a way to win. I don't think she's going to be the double champion, but I'm shocked that if she does lose the NXT title, it will be to the TNA champion. It does give you a reason to watch because, once again, JC is very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. I think we've went long enough, and I know Marcus has to go to work. Kane, we will read your email next week where there's less things to talk about.
No.
Oh.
I want to talk about one thing, man.
I was trying to get you to bed.
This gentleman right here, these people right here. I think
he
brought more entertainment in my life, and I think they have won 2025 as the moment of the year of just how ridiculous it is. Just how ridiculous. And yes, Darby Allin was not there, but I don't care. I use it from Dynamite. But the Coldplay concert and being caught like this and their reaction, it's the greatest thing ever. It's so juicy. I just wish we had more people who we caught at Coldplay concerts like this. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if we went back in time, we had one of these.
Oh!
Wow.
Or if we went, more modern, we had one of these.
The best trios match ever. Best trios match ever.
And wouldn't we all be shocked if we saw this? The horror on Bret Hart's face. All the shit he's been talking. But I want to bring it to where I was curious where Mercedes and the Beast Mortals were this week. And apparently they were at said Coldplay concert.
Can I just point out the mask placement is ridiculous.
Manny, the mask is in black and white.
What was he looking at?
Yeah.
Coldplay.
And then I wondered, hold on, where was Eric on Saturday last week? Waterloo. And I was like, I knew it. When this came out, Eric.
You know what?
And then, I think Manny has expressed a lot of hate on this show and has been very angry.
No, fuck you.
And I just don't understand why. And I he was faking it. And he was faking it. But I knew there was love here. I knew Manny and Thea Hell were doing stuff.
Okay.
That actually looks like I'm trying to murder her.
So, first and foremost, I don't even know where you found that picture of Manny at. That make Manny look like a light-skinned brother right there. Like that man.
I look like was it Common?
Yeah, kind of like he about to drop an R&B album or something like that.
I believe this is R&B Manny at a Coldplay concert.
So women at Coldplay concert.
So we have all that.
So I
guess you didn't include yourself in it.
You didn't go to the Coldplay concert? You wasn't there?
No, I didn't go. I don't listen to Coldplay.
Fucking asshole.
It was all yellow.
You realize that you made a worse interview with Manny right here. You parked Thea Hell. He's gonna get you back.
Well, it was the Don at first. Manny's trying to join the family.
We'll play, Marcus. I will point out that that's
his wild Tuesday nights.
I like that this has become the legend.
Tuesday Night Manny. One of the most dangerous and maybe the most questionable people to ever live.
Oh, well, Manny, I do have a little question. How is your college football career going?
Well, it's kind of stopped.
We have no time for anything, but yet that comes up.
I'm curious.
I won the championship with Georgia.
Are you starting?
Yeah, second year star. But then I got a PS5 Pro disc drive to start playing Spider-Man 2 and Stellar Blade, which I've realized Stellar Blade is way too hard for me to play. I'm probably going to return it.
Oh, I will have to ask you about the disc drive off the air because I think Marcus do need to sleep. And
I don't care about that right now. Eric, I have a question for you.
Okay.
This week you saw Superman, you saw the dog, you saw Mr. Terrific. When the movie could have been titled Mr. Terrific and the Superman, but that's a different story. I want to know what's your thoughts on Superman, and the real question, can the Fantastic Four beat Superman?
So this is because I thought the movie was entertaining. And first and foremost, let me be real. Best Superman we've had in a long time. He was Superman. He was my Superman. From the goofiness, the dimples, and everything. Great Superman. Lex Luthor was amazing. He was evil. The only issue that I really had, we was in mid-movie. Like I know it wasn't, but they had so much shit that took place between them that we kind of walked in there. But the introduction of Mr. Terrific, who was just a brother who was sick of the shit, this tired. Lois was good. Jimmy Olsen, I'm upset, and I said this. Oh, spoilers. Honestly, the post-credit scene should have been Jimmy Olsen and old girl on a date together. That would have made me laugh so much.
I know. I didn't like the post-credit scene.
I did not like the post.
I was sat there for that, and I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. It should have been that date because I think that was the most pivotal moment where
she loved him.
She saved the world.
Loved him.
Jimmy had to make this choice of, do I save the world or do I give up my weekend?
That man was a dweeb and he had the wrist game. This woman, he had her wrapped around her finger.
Yeah.
I mean, he was competing with Lex, who was dragging women across the room and putting them in pocket universes. I mean, every man probably looked good after getting away from Lex.
Let me tell you something. Lex is like a couple of defenders I done had in my courtroom.
I need a room of monkeys to promote this show.
To talk shit.
I just need them on staff on hand for when something needs to go down.
Manny's online. You guys attack the Don, quick!
I thought they did a very bad job of explaining the third villain, the female. She kind of was just there. When she was one line, she was like, "I sacrificed my body for you." But why? Why did you do this? Why did you let Lex do all this?
These aliens.
Yeah, it just. It was, but I thought it was fun. Do I think Fantastic Four? No, I don't. I hate Fantastic Four. I should probably buy my tickets now.
Oh,
Eric,
Pedro.
from what I saw in the latest trailer, Galactus has asked for something the Fantastic Four that they can absolutely not give up.
Citizenship?
What?
Oh,
They- Galactus asked for their son. And that was the clip. And I was like, is that what this is all about? They better get that baby up for this Earth blow up. They better get that baby up. That's all I'm saying. Get that baby up.
Marcus, the man wasn't gonna give his baby up for Superman. That series was too long for me personally.
What series? What are you talking about?
When he broke out of prison, like
Oh.
that whole fight scene and shit. I
The
was
Pocket
like,
Universe.
Oh, I like that.
That's fine.
I was annoyed by that.
I just feel like the guy who was holding the baby, Metamorpho's baby, deserves his ass kicked because what was he going to do?
And I know this is gonna be probably only an Eric complaint. I didn't get enough Clark Kent. I wanted more Clark.
Fuck Clark. What are you going to get from Clark?
I like Clark more than Superman.
Everybody know he's Superman.
What's Smallville or the Superman the series?
You got some Clark. He was on the farm and he's talking to his daddy. And he was like, "You always
Pa.
good."
Mom and Pa, my favorite characters in the whole fucking movie. I love me some Mom and Pa. When she was calling, Clark, we love you. And I was like, yes. All old people use speakerphone when they call people. No one put the phone up to their ear no more.
But I was expecting after he told Clark, man, he'd be as good as you want to be. Put that bag of hat on and walked out. Goddamn right he did. Oh, you know, Crypto's a menace. And Supergirl's next. I don't know how that's going to go.
I don't think it's going to be good. And Kane is correct, Marcus. You should have had yourself at the Coldplay concert with Penta.
I chose not to. I had a whole idea of using the wheel and all that. And I said, you know what? Not doing it.
So let me ask a question. What concert would you not want to be?
Match with DB.
Is the Coldplay concert the worst concert to get busted at? If not, what's the worst concert to be busted at?
Oh, Nickelback.
Wow. Mark,
look at this phone on the ground. It's the middle of that song, and you just like, oh shit. I'm ducking down, and I'm not even having an affair. Don't put me on camera.
I'm just at a Nickelback concert.
I'm at a Nickelback concert. Don't you do this to me.
Don't disrespect Nickelback like that. Nickelback has some hits, and they were.
And I'm glad that time of life is over.
The dark
days are over.
They were the
Florence sang the song, the dark days are over, and she knew Nickelback was done.
The dark days are over.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I am Eric, the dark-skinned wrecking ball.
Oh, Lord. The racially ambiguous look, Manny Hayes.
You didn't even explain why you called yourself the dark-skinned wrecking ball. You didn't even explain it.
Because the light-skinned Kingpin needed a opponent, and I'm him. Sorry, Bella.
I'm glad you chose to go after Ricochet.
Why not? Somebody else has to.
Now you got to deal with the gates of agony, Eric. Now you got to deal with the gates of agony. You don't want none of that.
Well, I have.
He'll come out festive to your house.
That's why he's the wrecking ball. He'll bust through those gates.
And on top of that, the wrecking ball team with the grand finale and the Lord, nothing can stop them. No. Well, actually, if the gates of agony breaks out a very festive act with Marcus and Betty, might be like, man, that's a great outfit right there. They'll forget that they need to fight.
Well, Manny's gonna start talking like Hangman and be like, that is one of the most festive outfits.
If they come out in a festive outfit, I am lying down and they pin me.
Well, the problem is that, Manny, they know how to beat you. So we can have this altercation with the Gates of Agony and Ricochet, and I'm there. And the next thing you know, it'd be Marcus, me, and you. We're ready to fight like the Avengers. And the next thing you know, you'll get distracted because you'll see Thea Hale in the background, and you got to go avenge her. And then it'll be a 2-on-3, and me and Marcus will have to fight.
This is an AEW. I ain't going to be distracted by Thea Hale.
Thea Hale will show up. She knows your hatred. The powerhouse and the high flyer.
What makes you think I'm participating in a 6-man tag anyway?
Manny goes to the car. I'm not participating in this shit. You better forget about me like you forgot about Aleister Black, Keith Lee,
Wardlow,
Scorpio Sky,
Britt Baker, the returning and now disappearing Scorpio Sky.
Tony got too many toys to play with. But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, but Ben still got him with that collection.
Jack Perry.
Jake the Snake's guys, whoever he got in that trade.
Who are you did he get in that
He
trade?
got nothing. He got money and a player to be named later.
He
he
got
got people.
bamboozled, Manny.
I think-
He got bamboozled. That's what happened. I think he got the Beast Mortos. He got hoodwinked. He got run amok. Led
Anyway.
astray.
Stay sharp, and at the end of the day, if you're gonna go to the Coldplay concert, make sure you don't get caught. And if they would have behaved better and not act like they weren't supposed to be doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. And then also, I just have a question. What song were they playing that make them smile like that?
Yellow!
Was it Yellow?
They playing yellow.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that is the song, huh? Although, that song.
Why was I the only one that
Libido.
had to answer this fucking concert song if I was caught cheating? What about you two?
Ja Rule.
Ooh,
Ja
nothing but my
Rule,
baby.
baby.
I can imagine Manny on a Tuesday night going, "You ain't nothing with my baby," and just yelling at her ear.
I
Murder.
I wouldn't want to be at NSYNC concert talking about bye bye bye.
I'd love being at an
Dang.
NSYNC contest.
I'd be tempted to
I mean, I saw the footage from the
they are
Backstreet
all-
Boys
they done.
concert, and
The Backstreet Boys at the Sphere? I wish
Yeah.
I was at the Sphere.
Manny, I feel like I would have a seizure in the Spirit, but it looks like a great time. Part of me wasn't. If I could afford those tickets, I kind of want to see it. You know,
Xavier Woods
Backstreet's
was
back.
there.
All right. But I saw the crowd. Not many of the dots there. You know, not many of us. Everybody.
No, we have to do a Disney concert
I've seen them too many times. Rock your body.
at the John B concert, the Genuine concert.
Everybody.
But you might honestly, you know what?
Your
Let's-
body.
Let me tell you something here. Let me tell you something, brother. I'll tell you a concert I don't want to be at, and I don't want to be seen. And Leo Rush fits right into this category. You ain't gonna catch me at the Diddy concert. You ain't gonna catch me at the next Bad Boy reunion. You ain't catch me at the next Bad Boy reunion.
You ain't catching me, and I'm never taking a woman ever to the Usher concert. He come with a cherry. Usher's dead.
No, Usher want to talk to what? I gotta fight Usher. I gotta be the dark skinned wrecking ball in that situation. I'll be damned if he try to take her nice and slow. Talk about let it burn.
I'll tell you this.
Talk about his way.
I'll put a toothpick in my mouth and say, "We're gonna sue his ass, baby. We're gonna sue his ass. Let him do whatever he wants. We're gonna sue his ass. I don't care how many strawberries and cherries he's trying to feed you. This is sexual harassment. We're suing your ass, Usher."
I'm coming at him like Darby Allin. I'm diving at him with reckless remorse.
I'm coming to him like a
reckless
wrecking ball.
abandon. I mean,
Came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got that.
I'll be ashamed if I show up to a Molly Ray Cyrus concert and Eric was the wrecking ball swinging on the stage going, "What is this?" Ridiculous.
This was brought to you by All the Meats, Arby's, Marcus' favorite sandwich spot.
penis.
We go.
Can't believe they serve foreskin to people.
Oh wait, we're not. Hold on.
Jonathan.
Jonathan is back.
He's late.
Jonathan,
the
not
dude.
JK, but Jonathan is back. Good
It's
afternoon, good
AW
evening.
smush.
May Hulk Hogan get rotten peas and mushy bananas. Welcome back, baseball. And that was the best sleep I've gotten in a long time. Thank you, Jonathan.
That
JK
was
say what's
sponsored
up.
by Arby's.
That really was sponsored by Arby's. Hey. Anyway, guys, stay sharp. We'll see you guys next week. We out.